Hey, hello leaders, and welcome back to another video version of the podcast, Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Well, today is episode number 371, and we're going to talk about the challenge of venting, the challenge of leaders venting specifically. And venting is a way of screaming, yelling, just releasing some of that frustration that might be built up. So I'm gonna hit the record button. You're gonna hear about 7 seconds or about 4 seconds of silence, and then I'll start the recording. Again, the video version is me recording the actual podcast, so I don't edit the videos. You get what you get. And a lot of times I'll repeat some stuff and I'll just don't like the way it comes out because I followed an outline script. It's not word for word per se, but I try to fill in the blanks as we go, all right? So here we go, and you'll get a little bit of extra, as always, at the end. So be sure to listen to the end. Here we go. Hello, leaders, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So here's a question for you. Have you ever just wanted to scream? I mean, maybe you get fed up, or maybe you're frustrated at how things are going. Or maybe you just want to release some of that built up pressure that's inside you. And, you just can't scream in front of your people because most places that I've worked, or actually all the places I've worked, that's usually frowned upon. So if you've ever felt this way, what do? Do leaders just have a safe zone on where we can go to vent? That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I know this may sound a little bit petty to some of you, but having a safe zone to vent or knowing who you can vent to or on is a very important part of leadership. Our team members have it easy if you think about it. They just vent on each other, their peers, their coworkers, their friends, whoever is around, they'll just vent. Just about anyone they'll vent to whoever will just about listen. However, leaders don't have that luxury because we just don't have many peers around. And it's just not good practice for leaders to vent to his or her people. So where's our safe zone? Where's it perfectly okay and accepted to vent, to blow off some steam, to even complain just a little bit if you're a leader? Well, you have to be very selective, and your spouse and or significant other is a great place to start or to consider. However, they may get tired of you venting and complaining to them all the time because sometimes we take advantage of our spouses and we just say, you know what, they're here, they're a part of our life, we're just going to bring all our problems to them. And, they may not mind that, but I hope your conversations at home aren't just all about you complaining. So another option is close friends. I mean, very close friends, ones that you're very comfortable with sharing issues with. And these have to be very, very, very trusted friends. Mastermind groups is another great place, as they usually have some kind of what goes on inside a mastermind group stays inside a mastermind group type of agreement. Still another option is to see a counselor a couple times a month or as needed, maybe once a month, maybe once every 3 months, because the bottom line is you can't expect to hold everything inside you that frustrates you and still perform at your peak level. Everybody needs a safe haven where they can let his or her guard down, scream and complain a little bit, clear his or her mind of whatever may be bothering you without any type of judgment coming back at you. These type of relationships are tough to find, but we all need them. So how about you? Where and or who is your safe haven where you can share anything? Your spouse, a close friend, God, a counselor? I'd love to hear from you because as leaders, we need to help each other. Leaders need to help leaders. And if you think about it, we're all a part of this unique fraternity. And if we shared all of our experiences and challenges with each other, man, there's just nothing that we couldn't get through together. If you have a unique challenge or issue, please send him. If you have a unique challenge or issue, please send me an email to Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. And I'll discuss it on a future episode. And don't worry, I won't mention your name unless you want me to. Is that a deal? Okay. Hey, that's it for today. As always, thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges. Almost hit the stop button on the wrong one. Okay, so, this may sound like a real, insignificant topic, but knowing where and knowing who you can vent to is ultra important. When I was in the military, I was a first sergeant. It was kind of a full-time additional duty job for me, but I was a first sergeant for give or take 8 or 10 years of my 26 years. And a part of the role of a first sergeant is you're in charge of disciplinary actions within your squadron or your team. You're in charge of morale. You're in charge of policy. And, there's a lot of times that we would get dumped on a lot of stuff where other people weren't privy to find out this information. So if somebody got screened for drugs in the military and they got caught, we were the first ones notified. If somebody had a Red Cross notification, they would usually notify the first sergeant, and the first sergeant would pass that information on. And other important stuff. But man, we heard a lot of situations. And the cool thing is, the first sergeant's group was like a brotherhood or a sisterhood, all right? It was a fraternity, if you will, in that we could share stories with each other, and we would never mention names per se, but it was just, hey, have you ever been in this situation? And it was amazing. You thought you were in a very unique situation, and you'd mention it around a couple of other first sergeants, and 3 out of 5 of them have dealt with that exact same situation. So, it's kind of like the DISC assessment is all about where it says that, people are predictable, or the people are different, but they're predictably different. So if we can learn how people are different, how they act certain ways, we can communicate better with them. Well, it's the same thing with leaders. Chances are the struggle and the challenge that you're going through right now, somebody else has gone through. And that's a cool thing. You don't always have all the answers as a leader, but you can find them. And if somebody comes to you with problems or questions and you don't know how to deal with it, turn to that fraternity of other leaders that you have. So start building that close circle of friends around you, other leaders that you can confide in, other leaders that you can trust, other leaders that you're willing to help and they're willing to help you. Because being a leader, man, can seem very lonely at times, even though we're surrounded by all our people, because we cannot share some of the information that we're privy to. Some good information, some bad information, and we don't ever want to really complain to our people because, you can tell them you're frustrated about some things, but you don't really want to share your dirty laundry with your people. And dirty laundry is just an analogy there, but you want to hold certain things in because you want to put on that encouraging face. And that's where talking to other leaders and this small circle of people around you that you form comes in real handy. So hey, that's it for today. I challenge you to develop and get some kind of close inner circle that you can rely on. Again, I share a lot with my wife. I don't usually get into names and all that other stuff with her because, it just helps to release that pressure sometimes, that frustration. Don't hold it in, because if you hold it in, you'll be like a pressure cooker and eventually that top's going to blow. Hey, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.